Good evening, fellow light beings from all over the world. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Jasmine, and I post yoga videos on this channel every Monday and Wednesday. My practices are perfect for beginners or for intermediates who are just wanting to slow it down a little bit. The intention with this practice this evening is to really just help ourselves drop into our senses, getting our body into a complete state of relaxation. So this is perfect if you're just really wanting to chill out and let go. This is not an energizing flow. Leave everything at the wayside for right now. All of the tasks that we have to do, all of the errands, putting that on pause and just connecting to our breath, coming back to self. We're really just going to be working on deepening the breath, cleansing the body, allowing ourselves to really drop into these postures when we do. So with that being said, if you would like to join us on today's journey, go ahead and get to something super cozy. I'm wearing some fuzzy leggings and a nice baggy sweater, as well as grab some cushions. I have a couple here. 1 to 2 is good, even 1 is just fine. And also a nice blanket. We are getting super cozy today, guys. So go ahead, grab those things, and then come and meet me on your mat. Today's practice, we are going to start by laying on our backs. So slowly making our way there. Checking in with the body. Oh my gosh, I need to take my socks off. That's atrocious. Unless it's cold where you are, take your socks off, let them breathe, and make our way back onto the ground. Bringing the feet to the distance of our mat. Bringing the hands down by our sides, palms facing the ceiling, keeping the feet active. Take a deep breath in and out through the mouth. Another deep breath in and out through the mouth. I'd like us to start by counting to 4 for our inhales and our exhales. So when you're ready, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Letting those feet go. No need to be active right now. Continuing this breathing. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue this breath at your own pace. Breathing into the heart, filling the lungs, and exhale, letting it all go. With each exhale, really feeling the weight of ourselves and how supported we are by the earth beneath us. Bringing one hand to the heart and another to the belly. Setting an intention for our practice to be fully present with ourselves, choosing to take the role of an observer. When thoughts arise, just acknowledge them and let them go. This time on our mat is time for us to just be still with ourselves, giving ourselves the space to hear our hearts, to really check in with where we're at. Taking a deep breath in and out through the mouth. Planting that right foot on the ground as we bring that left foot back to center. Slowly bringing that right knee in towards our chest, interlacing the fingers over the knee. Gently pulling in towards the shoulder, not with any force though, just allow gravity to do most of the work here and your hand be the guide. Taking our left hand down to the mat, keeping our right on that knee as we start to draw little circles. Starting to slowly ease into opening the hips. Remembering to come back to the breath. Breath is number 1, my friends. Pose is second. Breath is what gives us that ability to go deeper, to allow our bodies to open. So tune into that. Create a nice fluid movement with the circle of the knee, your inhales and exhales. Feel free to bring that hand down to the ground as you continue to make circles with the hips. Palms on the earth for a little bit of stability here. Making sure that that right hip doesn't peel up off of the mat too much. Staying grounded, staying centered. Starting to make the circles a little bigger. Whatever pace feels good for you, but really the goal with this practice today is to really, really slow it down. Maybe more than you're used to. Probably more than you're used to. Reverse your circle. And in practices like this, sometimes thoughts can come up where we think it's too slow, we want to rush, we want to move on to the next pose, but I really encourage you, if that does arise, to challenge that part of yourself and just come back to the present moment, come back to gratitude, come back to the breath. One more big circle here. Hugging that knee in towards the chest once more and extending that leg out. Left leg comes up, planting that foot, checking in for a moment, centering the hips, interlacing the fingers above the knee, hugging in towards that left shoulder. Very, very gentle, not trying to force our bodies into anything right now. We are just tuning into where we're at. This is going to be so individual and so uniquely different for everybody, so tune into yourself. Check in. What places maybe need a little extra attention? These are the questions to ask ourselves so that we can learn how to work with our bodies and feel our best. That's why I'm so grateful to be here and have the ability to film these free yoga classes for everybody, because I just want us all to feel good. All right, let's start making little circles with that left knee, bringing the right hand down towards the ground. Nice and little. Slow it down. This time is full permission for you to slow down and tend to yourself. I'm sure a lot of us tend to a lot of other people, and you are number one, because you taking care of yourself gives you that capacity to be able to show up with energy and feeling good, which just trickles into the rest of our life, make those circles a little bigger. And that's what we're here to do. So thank you for sticking with me. I cannot wait to leave you feeling nice and yummy. Let's go ahead and reverse that circle. Coming back to the breath. Keeping that hip nice and planted, centered, in control, but letting go. Coming back to center, gently hugging that knee in towards the shoulder once more. And exhale, bringing that left foot to meet the right. Planting those hands on the ground, but palms up towards the ceiling right now. And we're going to walk both feet in towards our hips, bringing our feet to the distance of our mat and allowing our knees to fall in towards each other. This is a perfect time for you to grab a cushion or a yoga block, whatever you have, and place it directly under the spine. You might want to fold the pillow up twice for some extra support. It is so good for lower back tension, which I know a lot of us have in our lives, and come back to this pose whenever you're just needing some relief. Really just let those knees fall in towards each other. You're not trying at all. Gravity is doing all the work here. Bringing awareness to the shoulders, opening the chest, maybe inching the shoulder blades towards each other so that that heart is really just shining up towards the ceiling. And breathe. Deep breath in. and out. Coming back to the count of 4 with the breath. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue that on your own. Big breath in and out. Taking another 2 deep full breaths here together. Letting your body, letting your body fully sink into this. Slowly inching the feet towards each other to meet at center. Raising the hips a little bit, taking that pillow out from underneath if you had one. Placing it to the side somewhere close because we're going to be using it again fairly soon. Extending those legs out. Let's go ahead and hug that left knee in towards the chest. Coming into a little twist here, super, super gentle. You can also use a pillow or cushion to support the knee here. So bringing that right hand to the top of the left knee, bringing the left hand onto the ground, bringing the gaze over the left shoulder and slowly, slowly allowing that left knee to fall over to the right side. Bringing awareness to make sure the shoulder isn't lifting up off of the mat. Nice and centered and grounded. We're not wanting to over twist here. Keeping that left foot nice and active as well as the right. Breathing into the rib cage, creating space. Breathing into the heart, purifying our bodies, telling our nervous systems that it's time to relax. Take a deep breath in and out through the mouth. Slowly making your way back to center. Planting that left foot on the ground, walking the right up to meet it, extending that left leg long, bringing the left hand over the right knee, bringing our gaze over our right shoulder as we slowly twist to the left. Using the earth below us with our right hand as support, keep us grounded and stable. Breathing in and out through the mouth. With each exhale, feeling our bodies sink a little bit deeper. Not trying to force anything or overextend, but genuinely just tuning into feeling the space open up with each exhale, with each release. It may be slow, but it's there. Tune in, tune in. One more full breath. And exhale through the mouth. Slowly making our way back to center. Planting that right foot on the ground. Bringing the left up to meet it. Hugging the knees into the chest. Giving ourselves a big, big hug. Maybe lifting the forehead to meet the knees. Give it a little kiss. Hello. This feels really, really good. Reaching the forehead to the knees on the back. Lengthening the spine. Massaging the spine maybe by moving left to right. Little bounce here, nothing crazy. And bringing the head back down to the earth if you are up, touching the knees. Extending those legs up towards the ceiling, pointing the toes. Taking a quick minute here to massage the thighs. If this is a little strenuous for whatever reason, just keep those knees nice and bent. You don't need to force it if it doesn't work. But if you can, just extend those legs nice and long. Woo, as if we're trying to climb up a treehouse with our feet. That would look rather strange. Yes, it would. massaging those thighs, giving yourself a little bit of love here. Get into the hips, giving your body a little self-affirmation of love, saying, hey, I love you and appreciate you, because without our legs, what would we do? Starting to create a tiny little bit of momentum here as we're slowly working our way up to seated. But I want to take some time here because this is super yummy, massaging the spine. Nothing crazy, no somersaults going backwards. Unless you want to, I mean, do your thing, but let's just gently rock. And rock up to seated, planting those knees, letting our heart fall over the thighs. Our hands are grabbing for the feet, or maybe interlocking opposite elbows as we hug the legs. Letting the neck become heavy. Deep breath in and out through the mouth. One more deep, big breath in. Breathe into the heart, breathe into the lungs, feeling the belly rise. And exhale through the mouth. Bringing the hands to the feet. Gently lifting the gaze as we trace a line up the front body, up the knees, up the thighs, planting the hands behind us, scooting our butt back just a little bit, extending those legs forward. This is also another spot where you can use some extra support with a cushion. It really helps with being able to tap into a lot more lengthening in the spine. A lot of us hunch without even realizing it. So take this opportunity to check in with where your body's at, where you can bring more awareness. Using the support around you, a little pillow or folded blanket just under the base of the spine does wonders. Keeping those legs extended out in front of us, keeping the feet active, toes pointing up towards the ceiling. Bringing hands to thighs, taking a deep breath in. And exhale, slowly running those hands down the thighs, down the calf. If we're feeling a little bit tight in the back, there's no need to try to do this in order to give yourself a nice stretch. So bring that block or that pillow up to the chest. You can bring the arms over it, maybe double it up a little bit, grabbing at the ankles, but if that doesn't work, no problem, grabbing at the shins. Allowing your heart to melt forward, bringing the gaze to the knees, letting the shoulders round, but also keeping integrity in the core, not completely rounding, having that nice lengthen in the front core body, keeping navel to spine, but also just allowing those shoulders to gently roll inwards. Take a deep breath in. And out through the mouth. Deep breath in. And out through the mouth. Getting a little deeper, maybe walking the hands just a tiny little bit forward. Making sure there's no tension in the neck. Allowing the neck to lengthen and fold forward. Let's go ahead and take 3 more really nice, deep, full breaths together here. Maybe bringing the hands to the soles of the feet, micro bend in the knees. One last breath here. Inhale and exhale. If you have a hold of the feet, letting go. Wherever you are, slowly walking the hands back towards us. If you have a pillow or a block, just placing that to the side. If you have a pillow under the spine, just go ahead and whoop, there we go. Coming onto all fours, coming into some cat-cows to really massage that spine, open the shoulders, open the heart, planting my hands directly underneath the shoulders and planting the knees right under the hips. Untucking the toes, checking in for a second at neutral, gaze between the hands. And on our next inhale, arching that back, pushing away from the mat as the gaze lifts towards the ceiling. Feeling the shoulders open, feeling the hips open. Breathing into the heart. And exhale round. Bringing gaze to thighs, pushing away from the mat, the hands and the tops of the feet. Letting that head become heavy. And inhale, arch, gaze towards the sky. Taking another 3 full cycles at the pace of our own breath. One more full cycle here. Really, really just create that nice fluid movement with the breath. That's what it's all about. And coming back to neutral. Tucking the toes. This is going to be a little intense, but coming back onto the heels. I'll come over this so you can see me a little better. Coming onto the heels, this is going to be really intense for a lot of people. This isn't a stretch that most of us do on a daily basis, and our feet do a lot for us. So this is the encouragement to allow yourself to play in that area, be gentle with yourself, but let's just see if we can do this together. So sitting on the heels, you'll feel that really nice stretch coming in the arches of the foot. If it's really, really too intense and it's completely unbearable, untuck the toes, come onto the knees. If the knees are sensitive, extend the legs in front of us. But for those of us who would like to play around a little bit and explore this stretch, let's go ahead and sit on the heels. Bringing our hands to our thighs with the palms open towards the ceiling. Closing the eyes. Taking a deep breath in, breathing into the soles of the feet. Nice and deep. Exhale through the mouth. You're going to feel it getting really intense. If it doesn't hurt and it's not unbearable, I encourage you to stay here for another few breaths. Of course, listen to your own body. Breathing in and out. Keeping the shoulders open, keeping that heart shining forward, singing forward. You are here. You are alive. So happy that you're here. You're probably like, oh my God, shut up. Let's get out of this pose. One more breath, friends. Inhale. And exhale through the mouth. Coming onto all fours. Coming in to thread the needle. So coming into a neutral position like we just were for cat and cow. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, untucking the toes. Planting that left hand directly under the heart as we trace a line up, up, up. And bringing that right hand under and through the left. Coming onto the shoulder, extending that left arm long. Pushing away from the mat. The right palm is open, facing towards the sky. This is a really, really nice stretch on the shoulders. Checking in with the hips, making sure they're still leveled, making some adjustments if necessary. Breathing into the heart and out through the mouth. Deep breath in. And exhale. Slowly bringing that left hand right back under that left shoulder as we use that for strength to push us up. Coming back to neutral. Taking a moment for a quick cat-cow here maybe. Lovely. Let's go ahead and bring that right hand right under the heart as we trace a line up with the left, opening the chest, opening the shoulders, and exhale, bring it down and through. Coming onto that left shoulder, extending the right hand wide, pushing away from the mat, feeling the shoulder blades open. This is perfect if you ever get one of those kinks in your shoulder blades. You just come and spend about 8 to 10 breaths in this pose. It will do you wonders. The breath is equally as important as the pose, so take a deep breath in here. And exhale. Another deep breath in. And exhale through the mouth. On your next inhale, planting that right hand under the right shoulder, pushing ourselves up, coming to a seated position. Crossing the legs or extending them out in front of us, whatever is comfortable for you today, it's no problem. It's your practice. Whatever feels good is the best for you. All right, we're gonna finish this practice with a couple of neck stretches. So really just allowing ourselves to release that tension in the neck and upper shoulders. So bringing the hands to the knees and closing the eyes. Letting that chin come to chest, slight bow in the head. Starting to draw little circles with the nose, starting going to the left side. Little circles, nothing big. Keeping our pace nice and slow as we sync with the breath. As we exhale, going down. Inhale, coming up and around. Starting to make those circles a little bit bigger, if that's okay on the neck. If it's not, stay small. And maybe making the circles a little big that we let that head tilt back. Making sure that we are being cautious and aware and honoring our bodies where we're at. If you have any kind of knot or anything that is painful, step away from it, back off, reverse your circle. But if you don't find any pain, just be gentle, explore. If you feel a couple cracks, but they don't hurt, all good. Taking 2 more full cycles of breath here. One last full breath here as we inhale and rise. Exhale, lower, chin to chest. Gentle bow, and coming back to neutral, opening the eyes, bringing one hand, let's bring our left hand to the ground, one hand to the belly as we draw a line up the front body, bringing the hand to the left side of the head as we gently, and I seriously mean really gently, allow gravity to do the work here as our right shoulder comes to the right ear, or that should be the other way around, same thing. Really not wanting to force anything here. Our necks are very sensitive. Go ahead and extend that left arm out, reaching with the fingers. It will get more intense as you rise that left arm. So play around, see what feels good for you. It's a really nice stretch in the arm when you do raise it up off the mat a little bit. Closing the eyes. With each exhale, the ear and shoulder slowly make their way a tiny bit closer to each other. If not, no worries. The goal is not to get the ear to the shoulder here. That would be a little much. So we just chill out, breathe into it, let the magic do its work. One more full breath here. Inhale, belly rises as the lungs fill with air. Exhale through the mouth. Taking that hand off of the head, slowly coming back to neutral, switching sides. Right arm comes down towards the mat, hand planted on the ground as the left hand comes to the right side of the head. And breathe, letting that ear come towards the shoulder. Slow but steady. Maybe raising that right hand, feeling a nice stretch in the arm. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale out the mouth. God, that feels good, doesn't it? Deep breath in. Out through the mouth. One more deep, full cycle of breath here together, my friends. And exhale. Letting that hand come up off the head, coming to level, keeping the arms right here. Bringing our hands up as if we look like a little cactus. Hello. We're going to do a nice little shoulder opener here. So keeping our bodies in check, keeping that spine nice and straight, allowing that energy to move with the shoulders back, heart forward. Inhale as we slowly, slowly arch our chest forward and the shoulder blades inch towards each other. Gaze comes slightly towards the ceiling. Nice little gentle bend in the neck. And exhale, bringing arms together, rounding the back, rounding the shoulders, bringing the gaze to the feet. Inhale, open, gentle, gentle back bend. And exhale, bring it forward, rounding the shoulders, rounding the back as the hands touch and head bows. And bringing hands to heart. And for our final pose, let's go ahead and make our way onto our backs for Shavasana, the ultimate relaxation pose. That is for sure everybody's favorite. And if it's not something you're familiar with, it's about to be your favorite. So this is a perfect one to go ahead and get really cozy with a blanket. If you didn't grab one, pause this video. It will make your Shavasana 10 times better, I'm telling you. So for anyone who does have one near them, let's go ahead, extend those legs nice and long. Bringing the blanket over the feet, over the legs. Slowly making our way down onto our backs. Bringing those legs to the width of our mat. Hands coming by our sides, palms nice and open. Closing the eyes. Take a deep breath in. And exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in, breathing into the heart, breathing into the lungs. Feeling love purifying every single cell in your beautiful body. And exhale through the mouth. Allowing yourself to drop into the natural rhythm of your breath. Not trying to control the inhales or exhales at all. Letting your body digest everything that we've just done on our mat today. Taking one hand to the heart and another to the belly. Thanking yourself for showing up today and for being here. For taking care of yourself and showing yourself self-love. I wish you all the best on your journey, bringing our hands to prayer at the third eye, keeping the eyes closed. Let's take one last deep breath in together here. And to end our practice, we will whisper Namaste.